Bola Oba's AI video series, This is Lagos, Episode 4, From Benin to Bibire, The Constraint of Tradition. The lagoon waters jealously guard their secrets. Empire whispers in their depths. The dead weight of tradition presses down through centuries of accumulated time. For generations, the path of succession was absolute. Hewn from the stone of tradition by the Kingdom of Benin's unyielding hand, the law of patrilineal primogeniture was simple in its rigidity. The firstborn son, always, without exception. Lagos innovates the first fracture, but Lagos refused such certainties. A citadel where tides rule, a crucible where cultures collided and transformed. On the ground that shifted with every season, the iron law first showed its brittleness. When Oba Gabaro fell silent in death, his younger brother, Akinsemoyin, claimed the crown. This was a deviation, the first airline fracture in Benin's ancient code. Akinsemoyin's reign stretched long and prosperous, yielding at last to his nephew, Gabaro's son, Oba Ologun Kutere, a minor figure in history's ledger. It was a narrow bridge spanning the chasm between titans. Then, darkness. He died without issue. The direct patrilineal thread connecting Lagos to Benin's greatness was definitively severed. The meritocracy rises, Ologun Kutere. In that silence, revolution germinated. The vacuum did not summon a brother's son, that familiar face of legitimacy. Instead, it drew forth a warrior, a cataclysmic figure. The general tempered in war's white heat, Ologun Kutere. He bore no king's lineage through paternal blood. He was born of Erelu Kuti, daughter of Oba Ado and wife to an Ijesha medicine man, who was counselor to his uncle, Oba Akinsemoyin, named ALAAGBA. Ologun Kutere was the first to seize Lagos's throne, not through Benin's male bloodline, but through Lagos's own female heart. This was a brazen insult to Edo's calcified tradition. Yet, to the indigenous Awori, the Yoruba soul of Lagos, this was no blasphemy. Their culture, rooted deep in Ife and Oyo's sacred soil, embraced such fluidity. Ologun Kutere's ascension birthed meritocracy in the Lagos monarchy, the victory of local syncretic spirit over ancestral foreign decree, prosperity and iron rule. For 2 decades, Ologun Kutere reigned. He was a war general, and he governed his port city accordingly, wealthy beyond measure, feared without limit, and tyrannical to pathological excess. He slashed taxes, courted trade without conscience, and transformed Lagos into a rival port that cast even Wida and Porto Novo into shadow. His policies, minimal taxation, negligible regulation, ignited a demographic explosion, quintupling Lagos's population within years, building upon the foundation laid by Akinsemoyin. He transcended the merchant king archetype. He was a military apparatus incarnate. His war canoes, vast and terrible, enforced his will across the coast. He forged an empire of commerce and violence, accelerating Lagos toward its modern destiny, and was a definitive rupture from all that came before. The crushing legacy. And here lies the crushing irony, the legacy that echoes still through our present moment. The king who ascended through the maternal line, who shattered the patrilineal mold into fragments, established a dynasty of absolute unbreakable continuity from Ologun Kutere forward, every single Oba of Lagos has descended directly from his mother's Erelu Kuti's womb. The lines of Gabaro and Akishemoyi, his mother's siblings' descendants, were amputated permanently from succession. Contemporary litigation. The contemporary struggles for the throne and the bitter litigation consuming the present day all bear witness to one man's earth-shattering power. Ologun Kutere, he was the warrior who taught Lagos its most enduring lesson. The future belongs not to the eldest son, but to the most resilient lineage.
Come on. With a style so divine, never missed a party, always first in the line.
Echo Round City. In the heart of Lagos, long before hashtags and influencers, there were kings of the streets, big boys who ruled the 1980s and 1990s. Their swagger, their hustle, their code. Now, for the first time ever, their untold story comes alive. From the pages of an authorized biography to the big screen of your imagination, stay tuned for the book-to-movie premiere of Echo Round City, the authorized biography of one of Lagos's legendary street big boys, streaming exclusively on YouTube.com at Bola Oba from January 1st, 2026. Echo Round City, the legend lives on.